Thank you for watching. In the comment section of a Paul and Morgan video, they were accused by somebody of being a bad source of information about sex. A person was writing that they hoped that Paul and Morgan's channel would be shut down by the new YouTube rules. They accused Paul and Morgan of spreading toxic purity and being harmful to children. This person was very wrong. Paul and Morgan give good advice about sex. One of the things that came up was she claimed that there's a study that shows that abstinence-only education doesn't work. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. I want to dig into that idea. I've seen some of the studies, maybe the one she was talking about, but there's never been a study that proved abstinence-only education or abstinence-encouraging education doesn't work. Here is why. You would need to find somebody who got pregnant without having sex or got a sexually transmitted disease without having sex to claim it didn't work. There are people who get the sex-encouraging sex education, who get sexually transmitted diseases, who sometimes don't use a condom. So, you know, the person was trying to claim that if you have a sex ed class that encourages sex with condoms, that somehow that's not going to cause any mental and emotional harm, or you can be certain that people are going to use condoms, but they aren't certain to use condoms. Yeah, so even if there is a high percentage of people who've taken a sex ed class that was encouraging abstinence that don't follow that great advice, you can't blame the class for that. If we use that same logic with other things, then we would ban a lot of other things too, like motorcycle safety classes. In most places in America, you have to have some motorcycle safety classes to get a motorcycle license, and there are some people that are obviously not following the advice in those classes. You can see motorcycle crashes on YouTube, and some of those people, I'm sure, were disobeying advice from motorcycle safety classes, like doing high-speed wheelies. I've never been to a motorcycle safety class, but if there's a motorcycle safety class that tells you it's safe to go 60 miles an hour on one wheel and that nothing's going to go wrong when you pop back down, that class is lying to you. You're really highly likely to have something go wrong when you were going 60 on one wheel and you pop that back down. Going double and triple the speed limit. If there's a motorcycle safety class that doesn't tell you that's a bad idea, it's a class that nobody should be taking. But there are people on YouTube, they go ridiculously fast and then crash and end up being medevaced out of there or dying. And there are people on motorcycles, you can see them on YouTube going through red lights. That's, I'm sure that's against the teachings of motorcycle safety classes. If we use the logic of the person in the comment section of Paul and Morgan's video, then we need to cancel that class because the people teaching motorcyclists to not go through red lights and get hit are teaching toxic safety. Driver safety classes. You have to get some classes in to get your driver's license in most states in America, maybe all of them. There are people that are obviously not obeying the safety advice in this country. There are car wrecks every day. There are drunk drivers every day. There are drug drivers all over the world every day. So do we cancel the classes? If we use the logic of the person who was accusing Paul and Morgan of being a bad source of information, then yeah, then we'll close down car safety classes because people didn't do what they were told in the car safety class. Alright, so thank you for watching my little rant here, where I point out how stupid and bad the logic is that if people don't obey what they were taught, good advice, then the class was bad. And we can't blame, and we blame the class. If people didn't do the good advice they were taught in the class.